Tell me what type of bender you want to be in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'll passive-aggressively read you to filth. I'm not saying you're too much. All I'm saying is that there is appropriate attire for every occasion, and we both know there have been a few times where you completely ignored that social nicety. I'm not saying you're overly intense. I'm just saying emotional regulation is a skill that needs to be practiced very consistently, and maybe don't treat it like learning how to play the piano or going to the gym or remembering to clean your oven. And I'm not saying that you never grew out of throwing temper tantrums. I'm just saying that fully grown individuals should not be getting into full-on MMA matches with inanimate objects. I'm not saying you have a fawn trauma response so advanced you could write and fully defend a dissertation about making yourself small that would land you a PhD. I'm just saying if you aren't served the dish you ordered at a restaurant, you can let them know. I'm not saying you aren't empathetic, but maybe you're also hypervigilant about other people's emotions because your nervous system learned that scanning for danger keeps you safe, so now you think if anyone closes a door with more than like an iota of force than you were anticipating, you're reaching for your go bag, and all I'm saying is that sounds exhausting, bestie. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have boundaries. All I'm saying is that it's not a synonym for being inflexible and stubborn, kind of like how you might say you're being realistic when maybe you're actually being negative because you're understandably anxious, but you'd never admit to being anxious because that would require being vulnerable, and you'd rather eat 4.5 ghost peppers and then be strapped to a chair for the rest of the night than do that. I'm not saying you're giving cantankerous old coot even if you're only in your 20s. I'm just saying maybe there's a reason your neighbors don't say hi to you, but honestly, you probably like it that way, so you do you, queen. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a go-with-the-flow type of person. I'm just saying it might be a flight response since you've been dissociating since 2019. I'm not saying you aren't super chill and evolved when it comes to relationships. All I'm saying is maybe you're being avoidant so nobody will see how messy you actually are, and maybe you actually did know what your therapist meant when they used the phrase spiritual bypassing. I'm not saying every time anything gets serious you hear the theme from Jaws. I'm just saying maybe every time anything gets serious you hear the theme from some horror movie. Oh, girl.